Brother's book looks at former criminal's life. The brother, David Clarke from Fareham, of an Eastbourne man who died in a Filipino jail, has written a book of their lives. Michael Clarke died in May 2005 from tuberculosis, the year he was due to be released after serving 10 years of a 16-year prison sentence for promoting child prostitution. He had been running the Paradise Express travel business from an office in Cavendish Place, Eastbourne, promoting holidays to the Philippines for Brits, but was arrested in 1995 and sentenced. Michael insisted he was innocent and had been wrongly convicted and turned to Christianity before being baptised in an old oil drum in New Bilibid prison. Last week, his younger brother David published a book called Converted on LSD Trip, second edition, which charts how the two siblings were both criminals and suffered from manic depression before turning from crime to Christianity. David says he turned his life round after a bad trip on LSD in 1970 and hopes the book could be of help to magistrates, judges, police officers, ministers of religion, unruly youths, those working with young people with mental health, psychiatrists, as well as a help to reform criminals. Michael was baptised too whilst imprisoned in the Philippines in 2000 and penned a tribute to his brother's book before he died. In it he spoke of the months leading up to his arrest and the incarceration. He wrote, "As a tourist, I first stayed in Angeles and Longapo City and was amazed at the abundance of girly bars and nightlife. It was crystal clear that sex was on the menu at a very low price. On my return to England, I formed my own travel business, the aim of which was to offer low-cost holidays to my fellow countrymen. I thought I was on to a winner, because there was no such things as girly bars in England. To cut the story short, within a few months, my business was up and running, and I returned to the Philippines to welcome my first influx of customers. On the 5th of June 1995, I was arrested for promoting child prostitution and later sentenced to 14 to 16 years imprisonment. I've always will and will protest my innocence. There was no child victims, all child complainants. When interviewed, my reference to the girls was only a general reference to girls as in Spice Girls, the pop group. I was not promoting children. After this, as you can imagine, I was very bitter and full of hate. Why have I been wrongly convicted? I would ask myself, I just could not understand why God would allow such a thing. Suicide was constantly on my mind." Michael said he became a Christian in prison and was given the faith and ability to repent from his former life. "Even though I know that I was charged and convicted for a crime that was totally fabricated, it didn't alter the fact that the life I was then living was saturated in sin," said Michael. David said this week, "The story is real, remarkable, and demonstrates the goodness and mercy of God in saving one through Jesus Christ and the severity of God in leaving another to himself. But now it's as though Michael too has been plucked like a brand from the burning fire." David, who also campaigned for his brother's release from jail, is also offering to give talks on his and his brother's experience, and anyone wishing to contact him can do so. His book is published on Tuesday, the 27th of September 2011, which is the birthday of his brother, who was born in 1946 on the 27th of September.